If the reading is a negative number, it means it has an abundance of antioxidant. If it has a positive reading, it means it is oxidizing, which means you don't want to ingest that. And Kangen water, and we'll test that it has a high abundance of antioxidant. The other thing is that it's restructured water. What does it mean? You see, normal tap water has molecular grouping of about 26 molecules grouped together. When the water goes through the ionization process, it goes through the machine, we produce a small water that is up to about 6 molecules grouped together. What do I mean by that? For example, if we have a chain link fence and we have a tennis ball, is it possible for the tennis ball to go through? No. However, if we had a small ping pong ball, would it go through? It will go through. It's the same analogy with regards to this water penetrating and getting into your cells. Remember, at the outset I said, make sure you drink a few glasses of water. Drink 8, 10 glasses of water. The reason being, it's a small water. It's able to really get into the cells, really get into the system, and get rid of waste products from the body. Now, when you normally have normal water, to drink that amount of water, what do you feel? You feel bloated, okay? Now, you will not get bloating when you start drinking this water because it's a small water. Also, it will easily get into the system. It takes about 30 to 60 seconds for the water to get to your brain and about 10 minutes for it to get to your skin. That's how quickly it is able to hydrate the body because it's a small water. And we'll demonstrate here today whether how we can really come to the conclusion that it is a small water. And that's exactly what happens. It will be utilizable by the body, no bloating effect, and the skin in 10 minutes, and it will penetrate very, very easily into your system. Now, the third quality of the water is alkalinity. The water is alkaline. Now, why is that important? By the way, this really blows my mind away because in 1931, Dr. Otto Warburg won a Nobel Prize for discovering that disease actually thrives in an acidic body. Now, he demonstrated that all forms of cancer are characterized by 2 basic conditions, acidosis and hypoxia. Acidosis meaning an acidic body and hypoxia meaning lack of oxygen. Now, the water that you're drinking is alkaline, first and foremost, and secondly, it is rich in oxygen in the form of OH ions in it. Now, this is why this is really mind-boggling to me. Let me ask all of you here. Is it true that today in society we have more incidences of cancer than ever before? Is that true? Yes. Now, this is why it's mind-boggling for me. Over 82 years, we had a solution or something that can help people that are having that condition. And I've seen people start drinking this water and it really helps with those conditions and helping reverse those conditions. Like I said, it's not medicine, but it helps the body get back into balance and then the body heals itself. So alkalinity is very important. Now, where do we get our acidity from? Now, if we were to look at society today, are people stressed today? Yes. People are very stressed. Guess what? When we get stressed, the body will start producing chemicals, and those chemicals will result in acidity in the body. The environment, the foods that we eat, the drinks that we are drinking, and we are going to test the drinks that we've got here and find out, are they acidic or are they alkaline? And if they are acidic, you don't want to go there. You want to make sure that you're drinking drinks that are slightly alkaline. Okay? Now, we're going to use this chart. What we'll do is that we're going to use some drops to test whether the drinks are acidic or alkaline. And by putting those drops, if it is acidic, of course, you don't want to go there because that's where sickness is. You want something that is slightly alkaline. Now, at this juncture, what I might want to do, what time is it, by the way? Okay. What I'm going to do is we're going to test the drinks that we've got here. And we're going to start by testing the ORP of the various drinks. So the ORP is really to test whether the drinks have antioxidants or not. So we'll start. Sprite really is just a representation of all soft drinks. The reason why I use Sprite is that because Sprite is clear, when we test the pH, we are able to tell whether it's acidic or whether it's alkaline. And then we've got Gatorade. Anybody drinking Gatorade? Anybody? All right, very good. Like I said before, my kids used to actually thrive on Gatorade, so to speak. Then I've got Pellegrino. Is that the way you pronounce it? I always get into trouble. Pellegrino or Peregrino? San Pellegrino. Okay. And then I've got Mount Franklin, which is, this is sparkling water. I think it's new in the market, this one, Mount Franklin. sparkling water. Then we've got Frontera, which is one of the spring waters that is there in the supermarket. Sorry. Frontera. Then we've got Mount Franklin. By the way, Mount Franklin sells more than any other beverage in the supermarket. Anybody drinking Mount Franklin? Yeah? Few people? Very good. We'll test Mount Franklin and see how good it is. And then we've got Fiji water. And then we've got pH 8. I'm not sure. Some of you who came earlier, we were on Channel 7 last year. I think it was about July or thereabouts. And they compared us with pH 8. So we'll see how much of the pH 8, how it relates to the properties that Kangen water has. So I've got an ORP meter here. Ordinarily, I normally get somebody from the audience to come and read the meter. But however, because today we are actually recording it, we'll not be able to do that. So I'll just read out the numbers. Now, if it's positive, I'll read it positive loudly. And if it is a negative, I'm going to read negative plus the number. So we'll start with Sprite. Sprite is reading 447 positive. And then we've got the next one is Gatorade. Gatorade is reading 502 positive and rising. So not very good, man. Then we've got Peregrino. Peregrino is reading 436. Okay. Sorry. 436 positive. And then we've got, this is Mount Franklin sparkling water. It's reading 458. And then we've got, sorry, what's that? We've got Frontera. Frontera is reading 346, 345, 46. Then we've got positive, of course. And then we've got Mount Franklin water. Mount Franklin water is reading 300 and actually rising. It's now at 400 and you can see that it's 421.
Just hold it there for a second, John.
Okay. So it's 400 and it's 419, 420, 423, 424, 424,
Okay,
424 positive. And then we've got the next one is Fiji water. You're told that Fiji water is really good for us. And Fiji water is reading 300 and 344, 343. And then we've got pH 8. pH 8 is reading 331, 330. 331, 330 positive. Then we've got, this is filtered water. Filtered water is reading 439, 440, 450 and rising. And then positive. And then we've got, this is tap water. And the tap water is reading 480, 489, 492 and rising. And then lastly, we've got Kangen water. And Kangen water is reading minus 564, 565, 570 and going down. Okay? It's the only one that has got a minus reading.
Is it at room temperature or is Kangen water cold now?
It's just room temperature.
So
Everything is the same room temperature. Okay? So the only water that has got a minus is Kangen water that has that minus. Oh, are you asking because of the way it looks?
Yeah.
The way it looks, Kangen water always looks like that because it has got active hydrogen in it. Okay? That's the reason why it looks like that. So you can see the only one that is an antioxidant is Kangen water. And like I mentioned before, you cannot put enough fruits and vegetables into your system to have that amount of antioxidant. Not to mention it's bioavailable. The body is able to recognize that. Now, yes, please.
With the Kangen water, the one that you tested,
Yeah.
what pH was that?
9.5.
9.5.
Yeah, and that's what you're drinking, by the way. Okay. So we're going to test the pH. So if you could bring up the slides for the pH. And I'm just going to put 4 drops into each of these, and we'll see whether it's acidic or alkaline. And of course, if it is acidic, you don't want to go there. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Most of these drinks are highly acidic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, that's 3, 4. You can see Mount Franklin, by the way, it's acidic. Let's look at this is Fiji water. I would say that's almost neutral. Let's look at pH 8. I would say maybe slightly, maybe just above 7. Let's look at tap water. Sorry, that's filtered water. Again, probably almost about the neutral mark. And let's look at tap water. 4. Tap water, by the way, it's always going to be neutral. And this is Kangen water. You can see the difference. Okay. Now, you can see all these drinks. These ones are acidic. That's probably maybe just under 7, I would say. Mount Franklin, definitely that's acidic. Fiji water, probably just slightly alkaline or around about the neutral mark or thereabouts. pH 8, slightly alkaline. I would say, that's not a pH of 8. I would say that's maybe about 7.6 or thereabouts. Filtered water, neutral, and I would say the tap water maybe around about the neutral mark, and you can see Kangen water. Now what I'm going to do is, this is Kangen water 9.5, and we're going to see if we are drinking these drinks and we take Kangen water, what happens. Let's see if there's going to be any change. Now, some of these are highly acidic. There's absolutely no change. Look at that. But hey, observe this one and see what happens. What's happening? It's attempting to change, but it doesn't change. Look at this one as well, the sparkling water. Look at that. Then we've got Frontella. That one changes. Mount Franklin. You can see even the differences in the change. Okay, the differences of the color is a bit different. Let's look at Fiji water. It does change. Let's see if we had some more there. You can see the difference there. This is pH 8. Okay, we've got filtered water. You can see filtered water really changes to a purple. Okay, and then we've got tap water. Okay. Now, depending on what is in the water will determine the kind of changes that you experience. Now, this is a soft drink, which is diluted soft drink. This is just 9.5 Kangen water undiluted. And let's see what happens if I just add a little bit of that. Look at that. That's how acidic these drinks are. It's highly, highly acidic. You can see, okay, let me just get some more Kangen water, just 1 minute. For the people behind there, I think some people behind there were not able to see. So that's undiluted 9.5 Kangen water, and I'll just put some pH drops into it. Okay, you can see it's, and this is the diluted soft drink. Can you see that? And I'll just put some little bit of the diluted soft drink, and let's see what happens. Can you see that? Okay, that's how acidic it is. It actually takes 32 cups of 9.5 to neutralize 1 cup of soft drink. That's how it's highly, highly acidic. And by the way, what did we say? We said knowledge is power if it's put to use. Guess what? If I were you, what would I be doing? I'll be refraining, at least first and foremost, from drinking those kind of drinks because they are not good for you. Now, you've seen young children now even having issues that were non-existent before to young children. You've seen kids 10, 12, they've got diabetes, and you wonder, and by the way, parents, what do? They don't give kids that because they know, they do it because they do not know. I know, we used to have soft drinks. When I was there, it's because I didn't know. Are we together here? Now, is there anybody who loves having a bath? Okay, you love having a bath? Okay, I'll test whether there's any chlorine in this tap water. So there's some tap water here. We'll test. If there's chlorine, it's going to turn yellow. If there's no chlorine, then there will be no change. So let's see if there's any change there. I can see there's already some change. Can you see that? Okay, so there's chlorine in the water. So what I want to do, we're going to have a bath. Okay, how long do you normally have a bath for?
Now,
Half an hour. Okay, you're not going to have it for half an hour. and this is just the same. It's just the tap water. So we'll hold that tap water for a minute there. What I would like you to do is if you can dip in your 3 fingers in there, okay, and hold it. Just hold it there and just relax. Yeah, you can just put it on your lap. Just relax. And we will come back to you not in 30 minutes, in shorter than 30 minutes. Now, I don't know whether you are familiar. When I went to school, there was a class called the chemistry class. And in the chemistry class, we were told that oil and water do not mix. You're with me? And I've got some organic sesame oil here. Sorry. This is pure sesame oil, sorry. Let's see. Okay. And the reason why I use this is that at least the color, you can see the color very distinctively. It's, you can see it's kind of brownish. Okay, so I'll put similar amount of oil in both the 2 cups. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put some, this is tap water, so I'll put some tap water here, and let's see what happens. And what's happening there? The oil is actually floating on the top. Is that true? And then I've got 11.5 Kangen water, and let's put this and see what happens. So what has happened? Has emulsified the oil. Now, this is where I'm going with that. Remember, we talked about pesticides and herbicides that are sprayed on the produce. We've got some tomatoes here. And what we are going to do is we are going to wash these tomatoes using tap water and also using Kangen water 11.5. And what I would like you to do is to taste these tomatoes and tell me if there's any difference. Is that right? So we're going to use tap water. Not tap water. Tap water on that one. And we'll use Kangen water on these other ones. And let's see. We'll let that sit there for a minute. Now, while that is happening, remember one of the other qualities of the water is we say that it is a microcluster, which means it's got small molecular grouping. Now, what I want to do is I've got, this is the Duma green tea. So we're going to make some tea with just normal room temperature water. Because normally when we make tea, we use hot water. Is that true? Okay, so I'm just going to use Duma tea and we'll make some Kangen water. We'll use Kangen water to make some tea, and we'll also use some tap water to make some tea. So this is tap water. And put in some tap water there. And then I've got some Kangen water. Sorry. And let us see, let's make sure that we've got equal amounts of quantities. Let us see if we can make some tea. So what's happening? Can you see tea? You can see there's tea. Can you see that? Okay. You can see, I mean, it might not be very clear when I hold it up, but definitely you can see if it's against that background there. You can stand up if you want to. You can see that one is actually, you can see one is actually, it has tea, the other one doesn't have. Now, this is what I want to, let's try something different also. Okay, just put this aside so that I don't mess myself up here. Let's try something different. Where's the tea bags? So this is the tea bag. We've got some tap water here. So I'll put tap water in that. Or before I put the tea bag, I'll just put some tap water there. And then I'll also put some tap water here. And then I'll put some Kangen water here. And Kangen water there. And let's see now if we can make some tea using this tea bag. So what's that? That's on tap water. Are we making any tea? No? Okay, let's see what happens if we put it in Kangen water. Are we making any tea? Yes. You see that? Well, what would happen if we put it in tap water? Are we making any tea? And what would happen if we put it in Kangen water? Sorry, are we making tea? So it's not magic, it's just that the water is a good quality water. You see, you're going to get more out of your teas, you're going to get more out of your coffees, and of course, the water will really penetrate and get into your cells very, very quickly and very easily. Okay? So that's the microcluster aspect of the water. Now, what I would like us to do, I would like us to taste, for you to taste these tomatoes and tell me what's the difference. The ones on the green plate are the Kangen tomatoes. I'm not sure if we'll have enough for everybody. Hopefully we will. And the white plate are the ones that we've washed in just normal tap water. Okay? Oopsie. There you go. That's tap water. Yeah. So the white plate is tap water and the green plate is Kangen water.
Sweet. Very sweet.
Yeah.
Like you picked it from the garden.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not quite ready to eat. She needs 30 minutes in there.
We'll be with her in a minute. So let's get some feedback from you. What was your experience, madam?
Very, very sweet. The Kangen Water one.
Yeah.
Very sweet and refreshing.
Yeah.
And the second one was like a bit sour, like a bit like, yeah, it wasn't quite like it was ready to be eaten.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How about you, sir?
Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah, the first one was beautiful taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet, very
Crunch.
nice. The second one was,
Yeah.
Right.
big difference.
Yeah. What is your experience, sir? Matt?
The Kangen one was more acidic.
Yeah. Yeah. The other one was?
It was good. It was just different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweeter, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Right. How about you, sir? What's your experience?
The first one was crunchy with Kangen water.
Yeah.
The other one was just like normal tomato, no difference at all. Same flavors and everything. I just found more crunchy the first one.
Okay. All right. How about you? What's your experience, Lucy? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, is that common for? How about you, sir? What's your experience? You. Nice aftertaste. Right. How about you with Massimo T-shirt? Oh, you missed out. Okay. How about you, sir? What was the experience?